I have 5 finished objects. I think 5 active whips. I have so much stuff. So sit down, relax, take your whip or a drink of choice. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited to be back and I hope you guys are ready. Hi, my name is Deborah. I love to sew, crochet, knit, thrift, and talk about all things fiber arts. And today I'm having my 4th knitting podcast. Okay, we're gonna start with my first finished object. I did make a project vlog about this. It is the Dusk bag by Loose Ends. The Dusk bag by Loose Ends. And it's a crochet bag. I love this bag. I wear it every day. Every day. I put stuff in it every day. Someone did ask me what I can fit inside of this bag. Everything I need because it stretches. So, you see? Like it gets bigger than like the size you see when you're holding it up like this, and it's perfect. It's sturdy. You can even see it's like starting to pill a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's starting to pill a little bit. But I'm obsessed with this bag. I want to make another one, like a beige one, but I if you follow me on Instagram, every outfit I style it with this bag. I love this bag. You should definitely, if you are looking for, because you guys remember I said, it's my birthday today, by the way, turning 28. Wish me a happy birthday in the comments. No, I'm joking. It would be nice. But no, seriously, this bag is, I love it. I love it. I said I wanted a bag, like more serious bags, because I only have like tote bags. But this one, I love it. And it looks so cool. I always have compliments about this bag. When people see this bag, they're like, wow, that's so cool. You made it yourself. So this, I'm super happy. And this was done in 6 hours. Like it was done super fast. So yeah, there's a written tutorial and a YouTube, like a video tutorial as well. So if you're a visual learner, you can make this bag. He recommends to use 2 strands. I only used 1 and I'm happy I only used 1. I didn't need it to be bulkier. But this is my first project and my most worn project. Since I've made this, I've been wearing this literally every day. So I love it. Next, I haven't really talked about it on YouTube. I made a post about it, but months ago, this was super long ago, but Zeeman, you guys know how much I love Zeeman, sent me some yarn. Yes, that's thanks to you guys, honestly. That was crazy. But they didn't send me yarn, they sent me my favorite yarn, Julia yarn. And the last knitting podcast, I was talking about this vest and how I bought different yarn to do the bag because I didn't have enough yarn to do the back panel. But in that package, they sent me more purple Julia yarn. So I was able to, like, I unraveled it. Shout out to the person who told me, who gave me like a modification idea. I was about to do that, but then they sent me the package and I found the right color, so I was like, nope, I'm just gonna use the right color. And I finished the vest. It's a purple version of my warped lines vest. Yeah, super excited. I'm gonna make one more version of this vest to see if it makes sense, and I'm gonna ask for testing. I know I keep talking about it, but I really want to take my time. I really want to make sure it makes sense, and also because it's getting really warm, I might push it for the fall and maybe drop something else earlier. I'm working on it. I'm not but keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, this looks amazing. It was really easy to work on. The most like difficult part, this isn't really a difficult pattern. I really want to see this as like maybe your first foray into intarsia knitting. So you have to focus on the front panel, but the back panel and the neckline shaping and everything is pretty easy. So it's kind of like beginner to adventurous, beginner friendly pattern. I think when I look at this pattern, but I have to make one more version of this with like the finished everything, and then I can drop it. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one. But I'm really happy, super grateful for Zeeman for sending me the yarn, like crazy. I'm still like, wow, that really happened. And I'm really happy I was able to finish the back in the right purple color. That's really nice. So that's another finished project. Then, because I love, I live in Belgium, I love to talk about the weather here and that it's always raining, even though the last 2 weeks it's been very, very sunny, very hot, very nice. I really wanted to make a scarf that would be warm enough to wear for the in-between weather, but not like a winter scarf, because I have one black scarf, but that's like it gets too hot, but at that time it wasn't like warm enough to walk outside without wearing a scarf. So I decided I was gonna make a skinny scarf with a bunch of scraps I had laying around, and I made this skinny scarf. I don't know if you can see it. I will definitely insert pictures and videos of me wearing it. And it's basically a bunch of Julia yarn and then like one other yarn in between that's like variegated like this. But I really try to use colors I wear a lot, because scrap yarn, it's all fun and games, but I think I want to be able to combine it with my wardrobe. And I love olives and browns as colors, and I think this works with my like daily wardrobe. So I finished it. This was really easy. Obviously, it's just stockinette, a rectangle, and you knit it, and then it's done. I thought it was, I'm like, maybe this isn't, maybe this is a hot take. I know hot takes aren't really a thing anymore, but knitting a scarf as your first knitted project can be extremely boring, because usually you're going to do it in one color and you have to knit a rectangle, and it's going to be hard to motivate yourself to finish it because you're not doing anything new. You're just knitting the same stitch over a whole project, and it's not gonna, like in the beginning you're gonna learn the stitch and it's gonna be like, oh, that's interesting, but that's where it stops. So I was worried that this was gonna be the same thing, that I wasn't gonna finish. Like, I still have the first project I ever started, never finished, because it was a scarf and it was one color and I felt bored. So changing the colors really gave me a little bit of like, okay, what's gonna be the next color and how I'm gonna combine it. So this project was really easy and really fast. I did get attacked by ducks trying to knit this outside. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the video. People also said they think I was sitting on their nest, so that makes sense, but that was really scary. But I finished it. I just have to weave in the ends. I hope I will, because I did the bottom ends are woven in, but I just have to do it on the inside. I really have to do that. We'll see if that happens. I want to say yes, but you can't see it. And if you can't see it, it's hard for me to motivate myself to do it. So yeah, anyways, it's beautiful. The next project isn't a knit project. It is a sewing project that I finished. And I went to the thrift store here in Belgium, like a big chain of thrift stores. It's called the Kringloopwinkel. And I was there to buy a bunch of other supplies that will pop up in next videos. I'm so excited. So I was there to buy those supplies, and then I got distracted by the fabric sections because I didn't know the fabric section was that big. I was like, oh my God, this looks beautiful. And I found this beautiful fabric, and I immediately had like an image in my head of what I wanted to make. So I took it with me. It wasn't that expensive. I think there are an insane amount of yards, and I think I only paid, I don't know, €3 for it. That was crazy. And I made a shirt out of it, and look at the result. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And look at the back as well. When I saw this fabric, especially like the pattern, I knew I needed to take it home with me. And then I also found the brown, and I was like, it's a wrap. Like I need to make something out of it. I'm taking it home with me. Like, I can't leave it at the thrift store. And I used a pattern that I took, like basically copied a dress shirt I bought at the thrift store. And instead of leaving the arms as long as the shirt would usually be, I cut it off and also added some more fabric right here to create a more boxy t-shirt like fit. I got inspired by a Pinterest picture that was like a set, so I'm gonna add pants to it as well, but it was without the collar, like the flipped collar wasn't there, and I was debating if I should add one or not, but I decided to add one, and I'm happy I did because I like the final result a lot. I still need to add one more button at the bottom, but I'm super happy with the result and I'm excited to make pants. I'm still thinking, I don't know what it's gonna look like yet. Like, where do I want the pattern to be on the leg? Do I want one leg brown, one leg with the pattern? Should I just add the pattern at the side panels? Like, or should I just cut out these little parts and add them on the pants? Like, I'm still thinking about that. So yeah, but this was like a really quick make, really fun, really pretty, and I'm really happy I made this, even though I wasn't planning on getting any fabric. Next, there's another project vlog of this project. It's the dress that turned into a skirt because I messed up the dress in the video, but I really like the skirt. Like, it's this ruched skirt. If you want to see the process of me creating this dress, I'm really proud of the video. I think the video is very engaging and very cool. So if you guys want to see the process, definitely watch. I will post it here or here. I don't know where it's going to pop up, but I really had to, use my brain, I guess, to create this because I made a lot of mistakes that I should have known could pop up, but I made them and it's okay because now I know I'm not going to do them in the future, but it's an interesting experience. And now I have a ruched skirt out of it. I bought this at the store where I got my mannequin because the store is closing. The store doesn't exist anymore, which is really sad, but every time I would walk past, I would be like, this is a really cool fabric, but it's a bit out of my budget, and they were having 50% off, and when I saw this, like, these are my colors. Obviously, I'm literally wearing a shirt that is like brown and green, like different forms of green. I love that color combination. Also it just looks really cool on my skin tone, so every time I see it, I need to get it. So I got it and turned it into this ruched skirt. So again, if you want to see the process, click the link. Click it in another tab, finish this video, and then, watch that video. So that was another sewing project. It is using knit fabric though, but it's another pattern. And the next project, guys, I've been posting it here as well, trying to knit a dress in 7 days, and today's my birthday, so the question is, did I finish it? Yes or no? Yes, I did. Of course I did. I finished the dress. I can't show it completely in this video, so I will post me trying it on, but I finished the dress. I'm so happy I challenged myself to do this because when I told myself I was gonna do this, I was like, maybe I should do it in 2 weeks. I had this idea basically almost a month ago. I was like, I really want to make something for my birthday. I kind of want to make a dress. I watched a video by Amazing-ish Grace, and she made for her friend for Coachella this drop stitch top and like a cowl neck as well. It was super cool. I was like, oh, I kind of want to make something drop stitch, put it in the back of my mind. Wasn't really thinking about it anymore. And then I was like, I want to make something for my birthday, but I want to make something really, really cool. So I need to think about it in advance. Like, what do I want to make? And then things kept happening, things kept happening in the background that I need to make time for. And I was like, damn, my birthday is coming up. I don't really have a project that I'm working on for my birthday. First, I thought I could just make the cardigan, but I was like, no, I want a dedicated project for my birthday. Then I found this dress by LaPole called the Banco dress, and I thought, this looks really cool. Like, I love wearing very long dresses, and it's drop stitch, so it's easier, like quicker. You don't have to knit completely till the end because you're gonna pull on it anyways. And they have it in my size. Then I went to the Zeeman to see if they have some yarn because I wanted to use 100% natural yarn to make it that I like. Because I bought I have some yarn here, some cotton yarn from the Zeeman, but it was a little bit too stiff for this project. So I was like, do they have something a little more flowy? And then I remember they have this yarn called Livy, and it's made out of 70% viscose and 30% linen, which gives this like a beautiful drape. And I felt it when holding onto it in the store that this was gonna be like a beautiful, like flowy thing, like working with it. So I was like, oh my god, I want to use this yarn for it. So I think a week and a half ago I went to the Zeeman and I found a bunch of different colors. Asked on my Instagram, guys, what color should I use? Everyone was like, this salmon, go for the salmon. So I bought the salmon yarn. I bought a little bit too much, which is fine because Zeeman has like a 30-day bring back, like what you don't use guarantee. So I'm gonna bring the two balls of yarn that I didn't use. I'm gonna bring them back, get some money back. Yeah, I use it, and then I was like, am I gonna give myself 1 week or 2 weeks to work on this? Meanwhile, time was ticking. Like my birthday was coming closer and closer. And I started the first day. I even made the video before realizing if I was really gonna do this. And then I was like, you know what? Let's try. Let's just try to do it in 7 days. And I succeeded, which is crazy. That's absolutely insane. But a deadline will do that for me. Like if I have a deadline, I will, you know, focus on it. And I finished this dress, this super long dress. I think now it's 105 centimeters in 6 days because I finished it yesterday and I'm gonna wear it today at dinner with my boyfriend. So that's gonna be really nice and I'm really excited. Like I'm super proud of myself because I got like hit two birds with one stone. I knitted my first dress and I have like finished a project for my birthday that I can wear on my birthday. So I'm just, yeah, really, really excited. Working on this project was really easy. The most difficult part is the start. So you start on the back of the project, then you increase enough and then you like bind this off. You put the stitches on hold. You pick up the stitches for the shoulders, and then you add the stitches together to then knit the front, then join them in the round. And then basically I was knitting in the round for 3 days, no, 4 days straight. Just knitting around, knitting around. And then you do a special bind off to be able to pull for your dropped stitches, and then you pull up to the top. And because I made a few mistakes in the back, you have like it's like laying to the side a little bit, but I don't really, it's fine. I'm fine with that. Like I had to pull it together so that it wouldn't unravel at the top, but like unwanted unraveling at the top, but I don't mind. I'm fine. Like I'm just happy I did it. I don't like it's okay. I don't mind it at all. And yeah, no, this was such a fun adventure and it was really cool to be able to document it for every single day because some days I was home all day so I could totally work on it. But other days, like I have things to do, I have people to see, I had a birthday party to go to, like it was, plans. So I was just like in between trying to knit as much as I could, but it was a very, very fun challenge and yeah, I'm really happy I did it. I'm really happy I succeeded. But from the moment I got this in the round, I knew it was possible. In the beginning, because it was so slow, I had to look up like every stitch and how to do the increase. Like there was a lot of time that I was putting into that. I was a little worried, but then when I got it in the round, I was like, okay, I'll be able to knit this. Like I just have to push through, I guess. And I did. So I'm really, really happy. And I'm going to wear it tonight. I'm going to take pictures and I'm really excited. So that's really nice. And then, this is the coolest thing I've done the last 2 days. So as making this dress, this was really cool. But I also dyed some yarn, like natural dye. And the results are absolutely insane. Like, I am completely shook that this is possible. And I decided to dye 3 different yarns. I also used onion skins and I used red onion skins. I decided, wait, let me show you guys the results. This used to be white. All of these yarns used to be white, and not just white, like This was like this especially, this was like super duper white. So I used 3 different fiber combinations. This is 100% cotton. This is 100% wool. You can see how much color it picked up. Like, that's crazy. And this was 20% wool and 80% polyester. So this is Julia yarn from the Zeeman, so that's the color it picked up. This is yarn from the Veritas, Ariana yarn from the Veritas. And this is also Zeeman 100% cotton yarn. I will put the name on screen because I don't remember the name. This was such an amazing experience. I'm definitely gonna do a YouTube video about it. Not this specific process, this is gonna be a short video, but I have some other natural fiber plans, and I'm definitely gonna do like an elaborate video about this because I was super successful on my first try, and I'm like still amazed that this was possible, especially because people always say you need 100% natural yarn to be able to dye yarn. And this is saturated. Like, this was white. Look at this. Like, you can totally see it's totally coated. I also washed it with detergent, so there's no bleeding. This doesn't smell like soup. The onions did smell like soup. This doesn't smell like soup anymore. This is 100% coated. So I was just like, are people lying online? But there's like, when you use 100%, like the difference between 100% and 20% is crazy. And I've also learned that you can't, ties you put in your yarn can't be too strong because it will cut off the circulation, and then you will have these lighter patches in your yarn. If that's not what you want, if that's what you want, that's how you can create stripes. If that's not what you want, then you have stripes in your yarn. But it was such a fun experience and so cool. And I think it's insane that I made this, and I love this color. I also, it kind of softened the yarn a little bit by treating it so much. So like, I already have plans for this, and I have so much more yarn to color. So I'm so excited. I was definitely inspired by like Unraveled.studios here on YouTube because she was dyeing with a lot of colors. And also I had plans before starting a YouTube channel, honestly, before I started knitting, to use onion skins to dye some old shirts. So it's kind of funny that it's like it came back around and now I can use it to dye yarn. But yeah, this made me feel like a witch. Like a witch making her little potions and then dyeing my yarn. Yeah, that was really cool. Extremely cool. But I'm definitely gonna do a video about what I used, how to do it, who to follow. Yeah, the video is coming soon. So these are all my finished objects. Now, my whips. Let's start with the most annoying one because I haven't really touched it in some time. This. I had a viral crash out, like viral for me, on Instagram about this. And it was because I just didn't like the way it looked. Now, I'm already getting overstimulated by touching it because it's hot and I'm only working with summer yarns. This is winter yarn. It's prickly, it's overstimulating, and also the history I have with this project because I was working on it. And I told you guys I wanted to be like not a transitional, but I wanted to be like a gradual change from this orange to yellow. I tried it the first time and it's literally not gradual at all. It was just a line and I hated it. So I unraveled it and now we're back to here. But because it's getting really hot, I cannot touch this yarn right now. Like I get overstimulated, I overheat, and I just can't work on it right now. So I think I'm gonna put a pause on this right now and get it from my active pile to my non-active pile and start working on it again in the winter if I feel like it. Because if this doesn't spark joy, I'm unraveling it and using it for another project because I do still want to make this pattern because it's really cool, but it's just this yarn and just the history with this project specifically is a bit like, honestly, I don't even know if these colors are for me. The burgundy is, but the yellow baby isn't. No, as you can see, we are actively kind of beefing a little bit. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this project. That's why it's gonna be put in timeout. For me, for the project, and for people on the internet who don't want to see me crash out, I guess. The next work in progress. The next work in project. I can't speak. The next work in progress is my Sophie scarf. This, as you guys know, is my on-the-go project. So if I'm not going somewhere, I'm not working on this. This is how far we've come. I'm almost done, basically. I'm over half of the project. I'm just decreasing now. It is like bulging a little bit, but I think a good block is gonna fix that. It's not really a real issue, honestly. So, Sophie scarf. Next scarf. Bro, I cast on so many scarves. Like, I need to take a chill pill. I don't know if I already talked about this project on YouTube, but I want to recreate the clamshell pattern, but in this beautiful burgundy color. Does it look a bit like the Sophie scarf, like color-wise? Yes, but I bought this at a market. It's like my favorite market where you can buy a lot of like different, you can also buy fabric there, so I kind of want to go and peep and look for some fabrics. But I love the yarn you can buy there. Is so cheap and so beautiful. I always like take a little look on a Friday to see if they have anything interesting, and I saw this, so I started working on my second clamshell pattern. It's a free pattern. I will put everything in the description, of course. Kind of haven't been working on this right now because I literally started another scarf and finished it while working on this, while also working on another scarf. So the scarf department is gonna be, you know, fine and filled for this year. Yeah, it's pretty much easy. I was already increasing for the cap part, but I was doing it in a weird way, so I unraveled it so I can do it the right way. If I ever feel like starting this, I'm probably gonna finish the Sophie scarf first and then work on this one as like my travel project. The yarn itself is Lana Grossa yarn. It's made with a 62% merino, 10% cashmere, and 28% acrylic. It's really pretty. It's really, yeah, pretty variegated yarn, and it's actually purple and red, which gives it the burgundy vibe. And I love burgundy apparently because I have a lot of burgundy projects. Then the last project I want to talk to you guys about, this happy cardigan. Wait, it's like all over the place. This happy cardigan by Hobie, and I'm using the happy cardigan to create the spectacle stripe overload cardi. This one was going super fast. Like I casted this on, I was on a roll. Like every day I was like boom, 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 adding rows, like going off. You know what I mean? And then I kind of hit a block when I was hitting the sleeve. I've redone this sleeve 3 times. The first time was because I added way too many stitches at the bottom of my, armhole. It was super big. I had a bat wing. I did not like it. I unraveled that all the way back up here. Then from that point, I didn't think I even added a stitch at the bottom. I just started to increase for the arm again. Then when I did that, I didn't like my decrease rate because the decrease rate in the pattern, like it just gives you a sleeve that's this big, and I don't like that. So I added my own decreases kind of, which the first time was really bad because I had like this bulb. It's a lot less intense now. No, it's like literally not visible now. But in the beginning, I had like this crazy bulb, and I was like, oh, it's fine. I'm like gonna fix it while blocking. And then I unraveled it anyway because I did not like it. And now we're fine. But we're fine in like the design wise. But I put this project, I've been putting it away. Like it's been chilling for like 2 weeks. Because obviously I've been working on the dress, so that's fine. But I need to muster the courage to pick this back up and finish this sleeve because I am stuck on Sleeve Island. Like unraveling this twice really made me question, like, am I going to be able to finish this? Also, because the sleeve, like the, I have to use the magic loop method to do the sleeves, and I really don't, and it's annoying. So kind of every time I work on it, I'm like, oh, now I have to do magic sleeve. No, magic sleeve. I have to do magic loop, and like I'm just annoyed. But I'm almost done with this sleeve. Then I can start on the other side and also decrease. But I think I'm gonna start doing 2 sleeves at the same time to work on this project, or to work on these type of projects, because it's hard to finish. You know what I mean? Like the dress, it was hard, but I had a goal, so I was like, let's go, let's go. This doesn't have a deadline. So because it doesn't have a deadline, it takes forever for me to, you know, work on the sleeves. Like working on a yoke, yay, count me in, I'm there. But working on sleeves, help. I'm also happy I already did the collar, so it feels like some part of this project is already done. But yeah, I'm gonna need the knitting gods to bless me and give me enough strength for me to finish these sleeves, because I really want to finish it. I also want to do now I don't have the name. We'll call it the opening. Future Deborah will give the right name. I kind of want to pick up stitches, so I don't know if that's a good idea. So I'm just gonna like throw it in here. You guys tell me if there's a better way to finish this one off. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pick up the stitches on the edge of the opening of my cardigan and fold it down. So I'm gonna pick up stitches like ribbing style to make it stop curling on the inside, and then kind of sew them down to the side so that the curling stops. I don't know if that makes any sense, but so I want to add ribbing on the inside, pick it up on the inside, fold it, and then sew it like down to give it a sort of like reinforced edge. And I think that's gonna look good because I don't want to add more length to this side. Like I think this is enough overlap for the front, and then I'll have the ribbing folded back and have also that reinforced to add the buttons and the buttonholes. I'm gonna add the buttonholes using my sewing machine. I choose piece. Sorry. Sorry guys, I choose piece. I will just do it with the sewing machine. Thank you. I will just do that. But future project, I am not as overstimulated by this as I am using the other fabric, because this is only 20% wool, so it doesn't give the same overheating effect. Like I get so triggered when I touch it. I'm just like, I can't do it. But this is not that intense. So we'll see how long I can like work on this. But I think I just have to get over it and work on this project. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I'm back. I took my 2 weeks off. That was really needed because I'm doing a lot of stuff, organizing a lot of stuff. Talking about the knitting club. The knitting club is thriving. It's really fun. And next Sunday, so tomorrow, no, in 2 days when I upload this video, we will have our first yarn swap. I'm so excited. I have so much yarn that I can bring to this swap. I'm very excited. And if you guys want to stay updated about the knitting club, follow me on Instagram. That's where I post everything about the knitting club. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, comment for the algorithm. And what are you guys working on? What is your projects that you're putting in time out because you're like, I can't right now. I can't work on this right now. Tell me in the comments. I'm curious. And see you in the next video. Bye.